going to turn the pump off after you let it run for about an hour, and then you're going to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere between -30 and 0 for about 20 minutes before you put the refrigerant in. When you're ready to put the refrigerant in, I'm going to close this, so I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. That closes the Schrader valve in there, because if I leave this open, it's going to let refrigerant run inside this hose, and then it's just going to get wasted because there's no way to put it back in there once it goes in the hose. So I'm only going to keep the blue hose open. Next thing you got to do is come up here. You have to close these. If you don't close these tight, you'll lose your vacuum when you go to hook up the refrigerant, and then you'll have to start over. Close those up tight. They're not going to use the red one again, so keep it closed, don't open it again. Then you're going to come to the pump, take this off, this hose off of here. Check your gauges again. The red one's not going to work anymore, but look at the blue one. Make sure that it's still on -30, otherwise there's some issue there. And you're going to take this piece with your refrigerant can, and you're going to hook this to it. Take the yellow hose that was on the vacuum pump, and you're going to hook it to this now. And you're going to open this. Keep the can upright. Once you get that hooked up, you're going to unscrew the yellow line right here, because you want to let out any air that might be in there. That should do it. Tighten it back up. Now open this up, and it will send the refrigerant into the AC system. See? You're going to put the whole can in there. Let it run until it stops making noise. This is starting to get cold. See the liquid refrigerant in there? When it equalizes, then you're going to close off that valve again, so you can switch to your next refrigerant canister. If the compressor won't stay on for you so that you can put in more refrigerant, because when it runs, it lowers the pressure on the low pressure side so that you can force more in from your canister. If that doesn't work, then you can take off the wiring that connects to that sensor right there in the dryer and put a paper clip in it to bypass it, and the compressor will run the whole time. You will also need to throw water on the condenser coil to bring the pressure down even more to be able to get it in there. It took a while for me to get it up to 35, around 35, which is where I want it. 35 when it's running. When this is off, the pressure goes up a lot higher. I'm going to put this sensor back on. I have the AC off right now. I'm going to put this sensor back on and then turn it on to make sure that the sensor's working and the compressor is going to stay on its own without having to do this.